What's going on, Nerd Army guys? Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Exploring Comics. So guys, if you're joining us for the first time, we pick a character, we talk about him, we break him down, and tell you all the major things you need to know about the character. So today we're going to be exploring the history of Jason Todd, the second Robin, also known as Red Hood. Jason Todd first appeared in Batman number 357 in 1983, and he was disliked so much from the beginning because technically he was just a carbon copy of Robin, Dick Grayson. He had a complete rebooting. Jason Todd appeared again in issue number 408 in 1987. When we first meet this Jason, he is an orphan living on the streets. The only way he has to make any money is to steal tires and hubcaps and other things off of nice cars. Batman one night walks up on Jason trying to steal the tires off the Batmobile. Yeah, I'm not kidding you, this kid's got huevos for days. Trying to steal the tires off the Batmobile. Needless to say, this was a damn mistake. Batman puts Jason into a school for troubled youth. But it turns out the school is a headquarters for a gang of thieves. Jason helps Batman take down the thieves, and then Batman takes him under his wing as the new Robin, but not before 6 months of rigorous, brutal training. On his first mission as Robin, he encounters Two-Face. He did not know anything about this guy, so he went and did his research, and he discovered that Two-Face was the man who killed his father, Wallace Todd. Jason was so violently full of rage, he actually goes and finds Two-Face himself, jumps on top of him, and begins to strangle him. Batman catches up with him and is able to stop him and calm him down, but eventually Batman would team up with Jason and they would stop Two-Face together. Jason did not listen and always ignored Batman's instructions that were given. With him not following directions and not listening, this led to Batman eventually suspending him at one time, and this did not go over well with Jason. Pissed off at the world, Jason actually takes a trip back to his old neighborhood that he used to live with his mom. He runs into a neighbor who happened to save a box of his mom's belongings that she had left behind when she took off. The items in the box revealed that Catherine Ann Todd was not his biological mother. His biological mother was actually alive and she was living in Ethiopia. So Jason does what he does best and what he learned from Batman. He tracks her down and is so excited to finally be with his mom. But it turns out his mother is being blackmailed by the Joker, and he is waiting for Jason there and starts beating him senseless with a crowbar. Now this is where the editor Dennis O'Neil realized that Jason was not a very popular character with any of the fans of the DC universe. So DC set up a toll for fans to phone in on a toll-free number. There were two numbers, and one was for Jason to die and one was for Jason to live. They left the entire decision all up to the fans. In Batman Death of the Family, the results came in. Jason was killed off by the fans by a narrow margin. Batman took Jason's death extremely hard. It was a failure on him and a failure to Jason. And for a long time, Batman refused to ever have a sidekick again. But that would eventually come down to Tim Drake becoming the third incarnation of Robin, but that's a tale for another story. 6 months after Jason's death, Superboy Prime actually punches a hole in the fabric of reality, and in doing this, Jason is brought back to life. After spending a year in a coma, Jason is recognized by Talia al Ghul. She helps to get him back to full health, but to no avail, so she takes him and tosses him into the Lazarus Pit, where her father, Ra's al Ghul, was bathing at the time. Boom! Jason's alive. But he's different. The Lazarus Pit and its energy and the nearby energy of Ra's al Ghul transferred into Jason, making him vengeful, temperamental, and very arrogant, and knowing zero regard for human life. Jason had a chance to kill Batman, which is the one thing he wants to do more than anything for not avenging his death. He had the chance to kill him using a mine on the Batmobile, but he decided not to put it because he wanted Batman to know it was him. And a bomb is just a cheap way of going about it. Eventually, Jason returns to Gotham, and he takes on the persona of the Red Hood. With his new persona intact, he actually hijacks a shipment of kryptonite, and then kidnaps Joker and uses him as a tool against Batman. Jason takes Joker to Crime Alley, where Batman and Joker first met. When Batman arrives, Jason has beaten the Joker to a pulp with the crowbar, just like he had done to him. Jason gets angry with Batman and asks him, "Why didn't you ever avenge me?" And Batman said that, "I will never, ever take a human life again." Jason tells Batman, "I'm gonna kill him right here unless you kill me." And Batman hits him with a batarang, cutting Jason's neck, and the Joker jumps free. Jason appears sporadically from then on in and throughout the DC universe. But in the New 52 in 2011, where the origin was retold for Jason Todd, we went to a lot more of a deep, serious relationship with his mother and father and both of their eventual deaths. So Jason was a boy who was orphaned, but has skills that he needs to survive, the ability to steal, and he had never hurt anyone up to this point. While stealing something one night, he was captured by Batman, but Dr. Leslie asked Batman, "Do not turn him into the police." So Batman had a great idea, and he recognized the boy's skill. He actually sent the boy to live with Bruce Wayne at Wayne Manor. So you would think that this is the boy's golden ticket, but it actually wasn't. Jason did not like it very much and spent a lot of his time hanging out with Alfred. With Bruce's busy schedule, he eventually got time to sit down with Jason, and he told Jason that his organization actually has an opening. This opening is for the role of Robin, and he offers it to Jason openly. He agrees to it, and after a 6-month run of a hellacious training schedule, he actually became the second Robin. Jason one night, while on monitor duty inside the Batcave, actually sees his mother's picture come across the screen, and it turns out she is alive and well, living in the Middle East. He finds his mom, and it's set up just like it was before with the Joker, and the Joker beats him, leaving him in a building with a bomb. Boom! Batman's too late, and Jason Todd is dead. But again, Jason Todd is resurrected by the Lazarus Pit, but this time he is trained by the League of Assassins, and eventually returns to Gotham wanting to make a statement. So he looks and he thinks for the thing that would be recognized by Batman the most, and he actually takes on the moniker that the Joker used to use, the Red Hood. He let Batman know he was back with a bang, and he was not happy with his fake father. He let Batman know how he really felt. But eventually Jason would get over a lot of this and actually return to the Bat family and work with them on many cases over the years. Jason even starts his own team of heroes, which is a superhero team called the Outlaws, where he partnered up with Roy Harper, Red Arrow, and Starfire. One of my favorite storylines is during the Battle for the Cow storyline, where Batman apparently has been killed by Darkseid. So Jason takes on and creates himself a Batman costume and a Batcave, and he starts up as a hero and going by the mantle of Batman. But in doing so, he does use guns, kills a lot of people, and he leaves little notes saying this is the real, true Batman that did this. Boom. So Jason's a pretty crazy-ass Batman, until he's knocked down a peg by the big bad mofo himself, Dick Grayson, who drops his Nightwing mantle to become Batman. But as you can see, Jason Todd is a character that has a long, complicated past, and he has had many great stories over the years. As always, guys, I'm going to suggest some comics for you, so let's get into the best comics I think can help you learn all about Jason Todd, the Red Hood. Red Hood in the Last Days, Batman, Death in the Family, Batman, Battle for the Cow, and Red Hood and the Outlaws. There's definitely a lot more stories out there that you guys can check out for the Red Hood, Jason Todd, but those are just some of my favorites. There's also an amazing Batman Under the Red Hood animated movie, which is freaking phenomenal, and it gives you one of the coolest stories on a Batman animated movie. So guys, as you can tell, Jason is just a very complicated character. He's gone ups, downs, sideways, died, come back to life, and had some pretty crazy mental issues. So guys, I really enjoy this character. He is just an amazing character. Jason Todd has always been one of my favorite Robins, just because of how in depth we get to see this character rise and fall in such a short time. But definitely, guys, I want to know what you think. Let me know what you guys think about this history of we did on Jason Todd, and let me know which one should I do next. I always like to get suggestions from my viewers, and I want to include you guys in this. So what character would you like to see the next Exploring Comics episode about? Let me know down in the comments down below, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this one as well. And if I missed anything, put it down in the comments down below if anything you think needs to be noted. But thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time right here on Nerdsmerized for another episode of Exploring Comics. Peace out. If you liked the video you just saw, make sure you rate it with that big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can check out all the other nerdy videos we have just like this one. Also check out my Patreon account and become a patron if you like for access to exclusive content.